The year is once again 2008. At this point, we were really going through it, and I mean really. We had that whole economic situation, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure what was going on with the fashion at the time. I don't know how half of this stuff was okay to wear out in public, but nonetheless, it was an era before Justin Bieber and Bieber fever. Around this time, Justin Bieber was, well, baby. Thank you. And just like you right now, he was on YouTube. His parents would post videos of him performing on the YouTube account Kid Rahul, and eventually some bozo named Scooter Brown discovered him through these videos and then flew him out to the United States, introduced him to all these celebrities like Justin Timberlake. You know how it goes. First things first, we have to cover the essentials for this era. During the baby era, he was about 15 to 18 years old. He had that goofy but so iconic haircut, and he hadn't finished going through puberty yet, so he had a high-pitched voice. At first, it was all pretty smooth sailing. He dropped his first single in 2009 called One Time, and I remember this because it had this weird video where Usher was all like, "Hey Justin Bieber, little boy, do you want to look after my mansion, little child, Justin Bieber?" And Justin Bieber was like, "Of course, Usher, I would love to look after your multi-million-dollar mansion even though I am 10 years old." And then he threw the lamest party in existence where him and his little 6-year-old friends shot Crazy String all over Usher's mansion for some reason. But I would say Justin's career didn't get too crazy until about a year later in 2010 when, I don't know what happened when Baby dropped, but it's like everybody lost their mind. The internet was split in two between the believers, aka fans of Justin Bieber, and the non-believers, aka people who for some reason had an irrational amount of hatred towards him. Now, unfortunately, this period went hand in hand with what I like to call the great intelligence loss of 2010 to 2012. If you take a look at this nifty chart, you see the average IQ of the human race was on a very steady increase for many decades. That was until Rage comics were invented. And then we see this big dip up until about 2013 when Rage comics started to die down a bit. Unfortunately, Justin Bieber's blow-up period perfectly coincides with this loss of IQ, which meant everybody like a bunch of baboons just decided to hate on him for no real reason. I mean, the reasons were, he looks like a girl. This quickly not only made Baby the most viewed video on YouTube, but also the most disliked. For about a year. Then we decided, hey, how about we go bully another child called Rebecca Black, and then we did that for about 79 days, and then we went straight back to Baby. I'm not exactly sure what was going on during this time. I mean, when people didn't like a song, they really did not like it. But imagine being Bieber, you're only 16, and basically everybody seems to hate you. Wait, that was me when I was 16. Anyways, speaking about me, today's sponsor, Dashlane. Dashlane makes it easy to do everything online, speedier, simpler, and more secure. Like, for example, your passwords. They generate super secure passwords. Plus, you can store those passwords, and Dashlane will instantly autofill them for you everywhere on the internet. It even works for checkout forms and credit cards, too. Everything on Dashlane is encrypted, making this the safest place to store your info. Your data is decrypted locally on your devices, so not even Dashlane has access to it. But wait, there's more. They also have a VPN, so you will not be tracked while you're browsing the internet. Dashlane is something that I use on a daily basis, and now you can get in on this action too by going to dashlane.com/actually or by clicking the link in the description to download Dashlane on your first device for free. And if you like it, you can also use promo code actually to get 10% off a Dashlane premium subscription, which syncs your data instantly across all of your devices. Alright, now that we got the bag, where was I? Oh yeah, that's right, Justin Bieber. There were a lot of memes about Justin Bieber. I wouldn't really call them good memes. It was basically the same joke over and over again. Hey, look, Justin Bieber's a girl. Hey, in case you didn't notice, Justin Bieber is a girl. Somehow, everybody got away with making the same exact joke for 3 straight years, but as soon as I accidentally tweet the same thing twice, I become the most harassed man on the internet. I don't understand this. I mean, it wasn't all bad for Justin. He had a very dedicated fan base consisting of little girls who seemed to enter cardiac arrest every time he entered within a 5,000-mile radius of them. And around this time in 2010, he started dating Selena Gomez, or back then as we knew her, Alex Russo from Wizards of Waverly Place.
I mean, like me. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Looking back, the music was great as well. I mean, Baby was great. Never Say Never with that Jane Smith verse.
But he ain't on a JB song with me.
One Less Lonely Girl. You know what was not great though? The cover of All I Want for Christmas with like a 72-year-old Mariah Carey wanting a 17-year-old Justin Bieber. I'm not trying to insinuate anything here. I'm just and then there was the Baby music video, which had like a 42-year-old Drake bowling with a bunch of 14-year-olds. I just don't understand what was going on. You know what? I'm done with this era.
Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following: DUI, alcohol, or drugs, resisting without violence,
I don't know if I've been to Australia. I've been to Australia?
and driving with an expired driver's license.
Oh my god, Justin just got pulled over. Justin got pulled over. Oh my god. Justin got pulled over. Oh my god.
It's time for essentials. During this period, he was about 18 to 21 years old. The iconic hair was gone and it was replaced with his voice was deeper because of, you know, a thing called puberty, and his fashion sense sometimes became very questionable. What time is it? Oh yeah, that's right, it's 2012. Straight out of the gate, you could tell that we were in a new era. With the release of the first single from his upcoming album, Believe, Boyfriend was unlike any other song he'd made before. No longer was he the cute, innocent child just chasing a crush. No, he was the alpha male with like cool sunglasses and like a cool car and just cool. Yeah, he's a cool guy. No longer did dads want this guy near their daughters. Nope, stay away from my daughter, Justin Bieber, is what they told him. Before we go anywhere with this, I just want to make a point. Believe had some incredible songs on it, and whether or not Justin made some bad decisions during this era, he also made a lot of bangers. I mean, even music legends such as Tupac Amaru Shakur said in an interview to Teen Vogue, "Beauty and a Beat is unlike any musical composition I've heard before. The writing on the song perfectly captures the feelings of love and loss, the innocence of a young soul entering the world of love." No, but seriously though, this song was so good, and I know a lot of people stopped hating on him as much because they loved this song. It was mwah. And it also had that crazy line from Nicki Minaj referencing Selena Gomez, and she said something about buns out wiener, and everybody was just like, no, you can't say that, this is a Justin Bieber song, what are you doing, Nicki Minaj? And on the topic of Selena, at this time in 2012 was when it all really started to go downhill. After 2 years together, it felt like Justin and Selena were breaking up and getting back together again like 3 times a week. And you know, Justin being an 18-year-old multi-millionaire, the most famous person on the planet, plus he was also trying to really get rid of this goody two-shoes image that he built for himself, which meant that we had a massive recipe for disaster on our hands. And unsurprisingly, this is where the shenanigans began. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough time with you today to go over every single thing that he ever did, but I'm gonna mention some of my favorite or the most notorious Justin Bieber scandals. November 2012, people got mad because he met with the Prime Minister of Canada while wearing overalls. Now, personally, I don't really care about this one, but that might be because I think overalls are cool. Early 2013, Justin Bieber is on multiple occasions spotted roaming various European cities completely shirtless. Even when he had to go to the hospital in London, he did not put a shirt on. March 2013, Justin Bieber tries to lunge at paparazzi in London, and later in March, he tried to enter Germany with his pet monkey, which he was gifted for his birthday earlier in the month. March 1st, by the way, I have the same birthday. But because he didn't have the proper documents, the monkey was confiscated and Justin never went back for him. April 2013, still in Europe, he decides to go to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam, where he famously said that he hoped Anne Frank would have been a believer. May 2013, now finally back in the States, he gets booed at the Billboard Music Awards while accepting an award.
My father, I want to thank Jesus Christ.
July 2013, and this is my favorite one. While at a restaurant, he randomly starts pissing into a mop bucket, after which he runs away, sprays water at a picture of Bill Clinton. Where did he get that spray bottle from? I don't know. He then says some very not nice things about Bill Clinton and runs away again. Why did he do this? Who knows? October 2013, Justin Bieber is seen carried on the shoulders of his bodyguards while visiting the Great Wall of China. January 2014, and this was a very busy month for him, so strap in. Justin and his friends apparently smoked so much weed on a private jet that the pilots were forced to wear oxygen masks. 6 days later, after beefing with his neighbor, Justin decided it was appropriate to egg his neighbor's house, which by the way led his house to being raided by the police the very next day. 2 weeks later, he was arrested on the suspicion of DUI, resisting arrest, and drag racing, which gave us this mugshot. I don't know how long I can keep going. April 2014, a petition was created to deport Justin Bieber back to Canada, which received over 200,000 signatures. Just to top it off, July 2014, Orlando Bloom tried to lunge at him in Ibiza after Justin Bieber made fun of his ex-wife. After all that ruckus, everybody needed a break. Justin needed a break, the public needed a break, heck, I need a break right now after reading all of that. Which brings us to the next era. After his previous era, he decided to take a hiatus for about 2 years, and when he returned in 2015, he also brought along great music with him, like for example Purpose. He came back way more mature, way more chill with the blonde hair, and seemingly in these last few years he has transitioned into a total man of God. And he also married Hailey Baldwin twice. They didn't get divorced. Nah, Justin was just like, you know what, I'm gonna marry you twice because I'm Justin Bieber. You know, it seems like he has his stuff figured out, way more than he did a few years ago. He turned out a lot better than any of us expected back in the day. I mean, he's not necessarily bad, but he is very odd. He's a very weird man. I mean, you're the most famous man on the planet. You can literally hang out with anyone you want, including me. Hello. And you decide to hang out with Logan Paul, and your idea of fun is going to the Logan Paul boxing match and supporting Logan Paul. And then there was the whole Chris Brown mathematical equation where it was like Michael Jackson plus Tupac equals Chris Brown. But you know what, Justin? If for some reason you're watching this, I'm proud of you, bro. And listen, before I forget, we have merch, and it's at actually.shop. We have hoodies, we have sweaters, we have hats, we have phone cases, and most of all, we have braces. Now there's 50% discounts until Monday. You know what? I'm gonna marry you twice because I'm Justin Bieber.